Have you ever stayed after school? I mean really late. So late that the hallways stretch into long, dark tunnels and every little sound echoes like a scream? I did, and I wish I hadn't. It started with a slip of paper, pale and thin, dropped on my desk just as the final bell shrieked. Detention, it read. Room 0, midnight. Room 0. I'd been at this school for years and had never heard of it. I asked around, but everyone just shrugged. Probably a typo, my friend said, laughing. Just go home. I should have listened. But something pulled at me. A weird sense of curiosity, maybe even a little bit of defiance. So, at 11:30, I found myself back at the school, slipping through a side door someone had left unlocked. The air inside was cold and dead. My footsteps were the only sound bouncing off the rows of silent, empty lockers. The clock tower struck 12, each chime like a hammer blow to my heart. That's when I started looking for room 0. I walked past room 110, then 108. The numbers kept going down, but they skipped 0. I reached the end of the main hall, a dead end with nothing but a faded motivational poster. I was about to give up, to call it a prank and head home, when I felt a draft. It was coming from the wall itself. I ran my hand along the smooth, painted brick, and my fingers brushed against a thin, almost invisible seam. I pushed. A section of the wall groaned and swung inward, revealing a doorway. A doorway with no handle and no number. This had to be it. The room smelled like chalk dust and something else. Something old and sad. It was a classroom, but not like any I'd ever seen. The desks were ancient, made of dark, splintered wood. Yellowed papers were scattered across the floor, brittle as autumn leaves. As my eyes adjusted to the gloom, I saw names carved into the desktops and chairs. Dozens of them. Sarah, Michael, Emily, and every single one was aggressively crossed out, scratched over and over until the wood was gouged. A shiver traced its way down my spine. This place felt wrong. It felt like a tomb. "Welcome," a voice whispered, seeming to come from all around me. It was dry and raspy, like rustling paper. I spun around, but the room was empty. "You're late for your lesson?" I backed away, my heart hammering against my ribs. On the dusty chalkboard at the front of the room, a piece of chalk lifted into the air by itself. It began to write, the scratching sound drilling into my ears. Lesson 1, silence. The whispery voice echoed the words. I wanted to scream, but my throat was tight, choked with fear. Then, the seat in the front row shimmered. A figure slowly faded into view, a boy with wide, terrified eyes, wearing clothes from a different decade. He stared straight ahead, unblinking. "Attendance is mandatory," the voice hissed. A minute passed, feeling like an hour. Another desk, another shimmering form, this time a girl with a ribbon in her hair. She, too, stared blankly at the board. One by one, they appeared. Each tick of the clock brought a new, silent student to fill the empty seats, their faces pale and emotionless. They were ghosts. I was in a classroom of ghosts. I tried the door, but it wouldn't budge. I was trapped. The disembodied voice droned on, whispering forgotten lessons about history and grammar. The words meaningless and terrifying. The chalk kept writing, filling the board with nonsensical equations and diagrams. I looked at the faces of the other students, the rows of them now almost full. Their eyes were hollow, their expressions vacant. They weren't just watching. They were waiting. The last empty desk was right next to me. I felt a coldness creep up my legs, a numbness spreading through my body. My own reflection in the dark window was growing faint, translucent. I tried to fight it, to hold on to myself, but the whispered lessons were lulling me into a strange calm. The fear was fading, replaced by a quiet emptiness. The final seat filled. The camera pulls back, showing a full classroom of silent, attentive students, all staring at the chalkboard. And there I am, in the back row. My eyes are wide, my face is blank, just like the others. We are all here now. We are all listening. We will be here forever. Attendance complete.